the channel, guys. Today's video is a bit of a top tip video. I'm going to show you guys how to fix a blowing gasket on an exhaust, say motorbike. Cars, I don't think it'll work too well for cars, it's a bit of a different story, but for any sort of motorbike, moped, scooter, off-road bike, you know, this trick will work and it can save a blowing exhaust, save you having to take the whole thing off and replace the gasket, as this way means you don't have to take the exhaust fully off. It's just a case of loosening the bolts. The bike I'm using today is a Yamaha Aerox moped, 50cc, so it's dead easy to get to show you this. And this is actually a problem on this bike. As you can see, it's got a gasket on it, but we see that gap there. I mean, I have just loosened it a bit, but it's still sort of as flat up as it will go, and it just leaves this gap here. So this is a custom exhaust on this, so I think that's the reason why it just doesn't quite fit right, or it's got a bit heat warps over time. So what I could do is start trying to bodge it up with putty and things like that, and it makes a right mess, and then you want to take it off, it splits all and you've got to do it again. Or I'm just going to get a bit of gasket tin. Now basically any sort of thin metal that's heat proof will work, so I use light reflectors. Light reflectors are designed to take a lot of heat, so they can take the heat of an exhaust, and it's like a nice thin tin but it's still durable enough to last. Alright, so as you can see, I got a bit of this tin. It's quite a thin, and you can bend it with your hands quite easily. Watch it with the corners and the edges, quite sharp. And I'm just using a pair of snips, like wire snips. Tin snips would be better, the big sort of long ones probably work a bit better, but they work fine for this. So it's just a case of making something that'll fit your hole. So what you want to do is you want to make sort of strips. I'm going to layer up 2 or 3 strips in, slide them in, but the trick is not to slide them in too far and block the actual exhaust hole. So you want to make them as thin as you can. So as you can see there, we've got a bit of a lip and then the exhaust itself. You don't want to go past the thickness of that lip, so it sort of protrudes the exhaust hole and restricts the exhaust gases. Windy today. So I'll snip a few little strips with this. You can do them a bit bigger, because you can always trim off the outside. Like I say, just make sure you don't put them too far in. As you can see, I've done 3 strips here. So we've got the gasket on, well, the gasket repair on, should I say. So like you're just seeing a few strips of it, slotted them in, not too far, because you don't want to foul the actual hole for the exhaust gases, because it will basically restrict the engine, so it will restrict power and things like that, it won't rev as well. So they're in. I'm going to start it up now, and hopefully we've got no more blowing. The hole is covered, it should work, it has worked in the past. Like I say, it's a great, easy, cheap way to fix it, and the main thing is you don't have to take everything off. It saves a lot of time. Just loosen the bolt, slide it in where it's needed, and tighten them up. Bit of trial and error sometimes, like they might not work the first time, put an extra layer in, or you might put too much in, it creates another gap. Take a bit out. So let's get it started, see what it sounds like. What's up, guys? It's a different day this. We've had a bit of rain, hence why the sheets up. So very quickly to finish this video off, another thing I didn't mention earlier is all these little sticky out bits in it. You don't want them sticking out, it looks a bit messy. So after you're happy it's tight and it's not blowing anymore, just go around with your snips and just snip it all off around the outside so it's tied in. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that on this one myself. So I'll throw in a quick clip now of what it sounded like before this. And now we'll start the bike and hopefully see a big improvement. Right, it's hard to tell in the video, guys, but there's definitely nothing blowing out of that. We're literally getting smoke out of it to start with. There's a big gap around here. Either the exhaust was ill-fitting or just a bit warped over time. Ignore the dripping fuel out the carb, that's another problem. But yeah, it's definitely fixed the problem. I don't know if you can tell in the noise, it's a lot quieter than it was. It was really loud to start with. It's my tutorial on a quick exhaust gasket repair. I'm going to title this for the Aerox, but it covers all sort of motorbikes, anything where you can get to it like this. You can slide something in there. So that's it from me today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you're new and you like car and bikes. And request your own tutorial if you need one doing.